Franz Beckenbauer, nicknamed Der Kaiser, the Emperor, was more than just a football player. He was a revolutionary who reshaped the very role of the libero and carried German football to the pinnacle of international success. Known for his flair, vision, and sheer elegance, both on and off the pitch, Beckenbauer became a footballing icon and later a respected manager. Let's delve into his legendary career and celebrate a life that left a deep impact on the sport. The birth of a footballing emperor. Born on September 11, 1945, in Munich, Germany, Franz Beckenbauer began his football journey at SC 1906 München before moving to Bayern Munich's Youth Academy. From an early age, it was evident that young Franz was not just any player. He had an aura that spoke of greatness. Bayern Munich was still a modest club when he joined, but Beckenbauer played a major role in elevating the team to global prominence. In a country where meticulousness and tactical discipline were celebrated, Beckenbauer dared to bring flair, along with an almost aristocratic aura, to the game. He wasn't afraid to challenge the norms, and his confidence and bravado soon earned him the nickname Der Kaiser, as if fate knew he was destined to rule the football field. Reinventing the role, the modern sweeper emerges. Beckenbauer made his mark as a central defender, but calling him just a defender would be an understatement. He practically invented the role of the sweeper or libero, a position which he transformed with his grace, technical skills, and ability to orchestrate attacks from the back. Unlike traditional defenders who stayed glued to their positions, Beckenbauer played with the audacity of a midfielder, frequently venturing forward to initiate plays. It was as if the tactical handbook of football had been rewritten, and Beckenbauer's pen was the one doing the scribbling. His style influenced future generations, and he was a pioneer for defenders like Ronald Koeman, and later on, the legendary Italian sweeper Franco Baresi. His role blurred the lines between defense and midfield, effectively giving Germany an extra attacker without sacrificing defensive solidity. Bayern Munich and European dominance. Beckenbauer made his Bundesliga debut for Bayern Munich in 1965. Over the years, he led Bayern to 4 Bundesliga titles and 3 consecutive European Cups between 1974 and 1976, becoming the first player to achieve such a feat as captain. These weren't just victories. They were landmarks that placed Bayern Munich among the best clubs in Europe. The European Cups of the 1970s are etched in football history, as Bayern repeatedly outclassed their opponents. The team also won 4 DFB Pokal titles, with Beckenbauer orchestrating everything from the back. The German Cup wins weren't too shabby either, especially considering they provided another opportunity for Der Kaiser to practice his trophy lift, something he seemed to do with alarming frequency. Bayern's European dominance was built on Beckenbauer's shoulders, and he set the standard for what the club could achieve, inspiring future generations to carry the torch. New York Cosmos, the Yankee adventure. In 1977, Beckenbauer swapped the Bundesliga for the NASL, North American Soccer League, and joined the New York Cosmos. If the Germans called him Der Kaiser, the Americans likely just called him Franz, that cool German guy. In a football landscape dominated by gridiron and basketball, Beckenbauer brought a taste of European elegance to American soil, and alongside Pele, he helped popularize the sport in a country better known for touchdowns and slam dunks. During his time with Cosmos, they won 3 NASL championships, and suddenly, soccer was almost as cool as disco. The duo of Beckenbauer and Pele gave American fans a glimpse of what true football mastery looked like, bringing crowds that the sport had never seen in the United States. This wasn't just about titles, it was about pioneering soccer's entry into mainstream American culture. National glory, lifting the World Cup twice. Beckenbauer represented West Germany in 3 World Cups and 2 European Championships, playing a pivotal role in all of them. In 1974, as captain, he lifted the World Cup on home soil after defeating the Netherlands in a thrilling final. His leadership was iconic, particularly during the final against Johan Cruyff's Netherlands, where he helped Bauer led Germany to the World Cup final again in 1990, this time from the sidelines as head coach, becoming only the 2nd person in history to win the World Cup as both a player and a coach, after Brazil's Mario Zagallo. He truly embodied the German phrase, Erfolg macht den Kaiser. Success makes the emperor. A coach with a Midas touch. After his playing career ended in 1983 with the New York Cosmos, Beckenbauer moved into coaching. He became head coach of West Germany in 1984 and led them to the World Cup final in 1986. Although they lost to Diego Maradona's Argentina, Beckenbauer's men got their revenge 4 years later in 1990, winning the tournament in Italy. His tenure was marked by tactical genius and an innate ability to bring out the best in his players, motivating them with an almost paternal presence. It wasn't all roses and champagne, though. Managing a German team often involved making tactical decisions about whether the goalkeeper's socks should be gray or black. But Franz, with his usual regal demeanor, made every moment look effortless, even when the stakes were sky high. It's no wonder his contemporaries in football management viewed him as a benchmark of success. The administrative years, bringing the World Cup home. Beckenbauer didn't just stop at winning cups. He decided to bring the entire tournament to Germany. He led the German bid to host the 2006 World Cup and subsequently chaired the organizing committee. It was another resounding success for Der Kaiser, who showed that not even FIFA bureaucracies could resist his charm. His deft handling of the logistical nightmare that was the World Cup's organization spoke to his administrative acumen as much as his on-field brilliance. However, not all was smooth sailing. His involvement in the World Cup bid led to a corruption investigation in 2016. But like a crafty libero dodging a tackle, Beckenbauer managed to evade formal charges thanks to the statute of limitations. Even this controversy could not fully overshadow his achievements, as the 2006 World Cup turned into a month-long German summer fairy tale, bringing joy to millions. From player to pundit, Franz Beckenbauer was never one to fade into the background. From the pitch to the punditry box, Beckenbauer remained a key voice in German football. His sharp observations, delivered in his characteristic dry wit, kept him in the spotlight. Working as a columnist for Bild and a pundit for Sky Germany, he always had something to say, sometimes much to the chagrin of players who probably preferred he hadn't watched that match. Despite some controversial opinions, Beckenbauer's insights were often seen as coming from a position of authority. After all, when the emperor speaks, the footballing world listens. His presence in the media kept him connected to the game and allowed him to influence how the sport developed, both on and off the pitch. A complicated legacy. Despite his footballing success, Beckenbauer's later years weren't without controversy. He was investigated for financial corruption connected to the 2006 World Cup bid. But like a crafty libero dodging a tackle, Beckenbauer managed to evade formal charges thanks to the statute of limitations. While these events somewhat marred his golden reputation, his contribution to football remains undeniable. From groundbreaking tactics to iconic leadership, he had a hand in shaping what modern football has become. A legend with a tarnished crown is still a legend. After all, even emperors aren't perfect. His legacy, therefore, is one that embodies the highs and lows, triumphs and tribulations, and the complexities that often accompany a life lived in the limelight. Der Kaiser's final bow. Franz Beckenbauer passed away on January 7, 2024, at the age of 78. Tributes poured in from across the world, with FIFA President Gianni Infantino calling him a friend of football, a champion, and a true legend. Beckenbauer's impact on football was profound. He wasn't just a player, a coach, or an administrator. He was an ambassador of the sport. His influence extended far beyond trophies. He redefined how defenders played and captains led. Even the replica dolls of him that once filled German department stores couldn't capture the essence of a man who did everything in football, from recording singles to winning world championships. In the end, Franz Beckenbauer was, is, and will always be Der Kaiser. His legacy will live on, etched in the history books, stadiums, and the hearts of football fans all over the world. Thanks for joining us on this epic journey through the life of Franz Beckenbauer, the one and only Der Kaiser. If you enjoyed this ride down memory lane, hit that like button. If you want to keep hearing about football legends, iconic stories, and maybe even how to elegantly lift a World Cup trophy without breaking a sweat, subscribe, and join the team. Catch you next time, football fans.